Okay, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, for allowing me to make this video. Yahweh being the true name of the Most High. Bahashem means in the name of, which is in the Paleo Hebrew tongue. And Yahweh Shai is the true name of the Most High's only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Right? And you Israelites today, are you blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Latinos, you fit the curses listed in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Now, as I was reading just now, literally as I was reading, I was about to go on. I was in this chapter specifically, Ecclesiastes chapter 5. Just reading the book, and this is an apocrypha. The apocrypha is a part of the Bible, right? Now, I came across this verse saying, say not, I have sinned, and what harm hath happened unto me? For the Lord is long suffering; He will in no wise let you go. And I remember one of the brothers in His Truth was making a video out on the highways and hedges, and he brought up a verse in Ecclesiastes, the 8th chapter. And, I'm going to pull that verse up too. And, I'm going to name this. It's going to be a very short video. It's not going to be I'm going to end it after I read that verse. But I just want to say that, just because, nothing bad happened to you yet doesn't mean that, you're in the clear, right? Just because something bad didn't happen to you doesn't mean that, you're good to go. Like, that nothing bad is ever going to happen to you. Right? You can get this right here, right? Say not, I have sinned, and what harm have happened unto me? Like, you're trying to make it seem good. Like, yeah, I did such and such. None gonna happen to me, bro. Right? And you even get this, and there's a verse in this book as well. I'm gonna try to find it, right, on my phone, because I posted it on Instagram. Right? And there was something along the lines of, the wicked do like foolish stuff, and when it falls upon their own heads, they get confused as to why it happened onto them. Right? I'm trying to find that. Right? It's in Ecclesiastes 27th chapter. Right? And we can also get this in the GNT, but it's 25 to 27. Right? Whoso casteth a stone on high casteth it on his own head, and a deceitful stroke shall make wounds. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that setteth a trap shall be taken therein. Right? He that worketh mischief, it shall fall upon him, and he shall not know whence it cometh. Right? Now let's get that in a different translation. Let's remember something funny. 25 to 27. Right? Okay. Hold up. Let me just copy this. Right? Let me copy it and just search it up. Actually, no. It should be in the GNT. It should be at the top. Yeah. Let's see if it works now. All right. There we go. Throw a stone straight up in the air and it will come down on your head. It's giving you examples, right? Strike a blow and you yourself will be wounded. People who set traps fall into them themselves. And people who hurt others will be hurt by their own actions and will have no idea why. Right? That's the part I was trying to get at. You do all this evil stuff, and when it comes, when it's repaid back to you, you're going to be confused. Right? So, and it's the Most High, controlling everything anyway. Right? The earth is His footstool. Right? You get that in the book of Acts. Right? What was it? And even in Isaiah, I'm pretty sure. Right? The earth is His footstool. Right? Yeah. Yeah, Isaiah 6:6-1 and Acts 7:49. Heaven is my throne, and earth is my footstool. Right? What house will you build me? Right? Heaven is my throne, earth is my footstool. Right? So, Most High can control everything. Now, the verse in Ecclesiastes that I was looking for, not that I was looking for, that that I already had, is 11 through 13. Right? And it matches up with, Ecclesiasticus 5:4, concerning that you sin and you think that, nothing bad is going to happen to you. That's how people try to trick you as well. They're like, let's rob somebody, bro. The cops not going to find us, bro. The cops is like 30 minutes away. We can just rob this person right now, and we have the car. We get back home fast, bro. They try to like lure you in. And, the scripture also talks about, even in the book of Ecclesiasticus, talking about, don't go with those same people, because, something bad will happen to them. Right? I'm not too sure on the chapter and verse, but it's definitely in that book. Right? Now, this is Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not speedily, is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. So again, because, your repayment of your evil doing isn't executed speedily, so you rob somebody, and just because, you don't get killed or arrested immediately, they want to continue on doing evil, right? And the heart of the sons is fully set in them to do evil. Like, there is the only thing on their mind, right? Though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, meaning like he keeps sinning and, doing evil, and, his life is still long living, right? Yet surely I'll know that it shall be well with them that fear the Most High, which fear before him, right? So just because they live a long life doesn't mean that, they're going to be acquitted, right? But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before the Most High. So we think that they're going to live a long life, and you even have some evil people who live a long life as well, but the Most High has plans for them, right? And, let's get a simple verse, and this should be in a book of Proverbs, right? But I'm not too sure on a verse in Proverbs, but it basically says that, the Lord will not acquit the wicked. Let's get that real quick. All right, Proverbs. Oh, that's not. Whoa, I thought it was in Proverbs. Nah, it might be a different verse then. Definitely a different verse. Right, definitely a different verse. Right, but apparently it's Nahum 1 and 3. But that verse was probably in a different translation. That's why, right? But you can also get, actually no, I'm pretty sure it's in Proverbs though. There's a verse in Proverbs somewhere, right? The Most High Yahweh is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord have his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. You can even get the book of Ecclesiasticus again, right? You get this in 9 and 11, right? Yeah, actually no, wrong thing. We're gonna end off right now after we get this verse, right? 9 and 11, right? Envy not the glory of a sinner, right? For you knowest not what shall be his end, right? Delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in, but remember, right? But remember, they shall not go unpunished onto their grave. So these wicked ass fucking Edomites, aka white people that are in power today, right? They're not gonna go unpunished, right? The Most High is gonna remember their sins, right? What was David saying in Psalms 109, right? He was telling the Most High to remember their sins, bro. Right? Let's end off on that. It's Psalms 109. Right? Hold not your peace, O God of my praise. Right? You can read this entire chapter, right? But I want to get that verse and end off, right? Let the iniquity of his fathers be remembered with the Most High, and let not the sin of his mother be blotted out, right? Let them be before the Lord continually, that he may cut off the memory of them from the earth, right? But yeah, you can read that, this whole entire chapter, right? So, he's literally, saying hateful things, right? And you got these people of the world saying, love, 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 love. No, it's not all love. Okay, it's not all love. But yeah, with that, I'm gonna give our honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, for allowing me to make this video. Lord willing, you edified. Lord willing, you see me in the next. And with that, I'm saying strong, shalom, shalom.